My friends call me Panda. Hula hoop all-star, baby. No. Today I'm gonna show Dube how to get down with the hoopies. Ooh. Second. Step 1, choose a shape. Right now we have just 2 shapes we're messing with. We got our circles or hula hoops. We got our triangles, AKA goops. These are a lot of fun. But really, shapes speak to people, and people decide what they want to choose, just like Pokemon. One of the first things that a lot of people starting out learn how to do is something called ISO, and it looks really cool and it is kind of difficult at first, but once you get it, you kind of get it, just like that's just how life works. This is what it looks like, right? So it's like essentially just floating in space, right? And I'm doing like some other shit, but it starts like this. And, right, ooh, how am I doing that? Step 1 is to have your hand at the bottom, and you turn your arm until it feels like your arm's about to snap, and then you just roll it, the hoop behind your knuckles, and then you just continue to do that over and over again, right? So once you kind of get this down, you can add a bunch of cool things to it. What I was doing before is this thing, and really it's just tracing with your opposite hand around the hoop, kind of how like you're seeing it. But so that's something that a lot of people like to do, and there's so many cool things you can do with that, like still ISO, right? You can do this like that weird thing, pretty cool. So that's an ISO. So what I'm going to teach you is called a vortex, and this is what it looks like. So you might have the hoop like around your waist, and you're just gonna bring it up like this, and that's all. And then this is like, if you saw like in the videos, when I was like flowing, you can see that I did this a lot, and there's just so much you can do with it. So this is back to where it was, and then that's how you get up top. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. This can be turned into something called the pizza toss. So I'm gonna like move back a little bit so you can see how high it goes. All right? Right, so it's really like the vortex thing, but instead of staying up here, you like toss it up. And it's super fun. Oh, well, this is pretty dope. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. It's called a chest roll. All it is this. All right?
I wanna be a motherfucking hustler.
A good thing to pick up any of the flow arts, because it's essentially while you're flowing, I think it's a form of meditation, because you're not really thinking about anything else, right? You're staying in the moment of what you're doing, and so it's so beautiful because you can get lost. Like I find myself like hooping for like an hour or two, just like not even realizing it, because it is like so calming and so tranquil. And so it's definitely something that I feel like people with a lot of like a busy mind, it would be good for them to pick up, you know, any of the flow arts really, and you know, see where it takes them. I got it. So the first time I ever saw somebody hoop was at a music festival, like 2015. And I just remember like looking at her being like, for the first time, me seeing that for the first time, being like, oh my God, like we talked about earlier, she's like a superhero, just like flinging this thing around and like to the music. It's just so cool and enjoyable to like see. And I just decided, I was like, oh, well, I feel like I could do that. And I would never have known that, you know, 6 years later, I'm still hooping.
Like, how did it feel today, like sharing your passion with somebody else?
Yeah, really fun. Like, yeah, like what I mentioned earlier, like I get super excited because obviously it's something that I'm passionate about, and so when I hear that someone actually has a genuine interest, I mean, it's exciting because now I get to like be a geek about it, right, and talk about the reasons why I love it, and hopefully, you know, it's something that, you know, you'll be able to take something away from it and cherish this time that we have together. I don't know if that answered your question or whatever.